Hi, my darlings, I'm back again. Soon the fates will be done. 2 more to go, and then that one will rank up. Here it is, 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doris. Let's look for Doris too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. What an enchanting familiar. I would be delighted to assist in your little journey of self-discovery and personal growth. My role is to maintain the Wonders and thus the climate across Ellipse. I ensure that every environment meets the needs of the flora, fauna and staff, of course. Environs representing each part of Aetheris are created here in Elpis, that we might gain a robust understanding of our concept's potential. As such, maintaining the appropriate balance region by region is tricky work, but more than worth the effort. The 12 Wonders is the wellspring of Elpis's weather. After fashion, here do we employ the latest spellcraft from Unwrapped to maintain and adjust the assorted climates with our creations frolic for test purposes. Naturally, as any part of Ellipsis, we also observe and experiment with said concepts, this conversation being perhaps one such experiment. Come on, let's find Doris. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. If you're with Meteon, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? It's alright, long person, but I was looking for Doris. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people will often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed. Not Doris, his hair is long, but the colour is... Not Doris, his hair is long, but the colour is wrong. I have so enjoyed this time I spent with Arioli. If only all of our creations were this sweet. Perhaps I shall petition for Incorrigible to add this to the concept innate traits. Surrounded by such wonders, one cannot help but envision new concepts. Not all of them good, mind you. Though my nymphi may be capricious, insolent, gluttonous, generally lacking any sense of morality whatsoever, I think they're delightful. Have you seen me eat anything today? Between my observational work and my writing, I've been so busy I cannot recall if I did. So many fascinating creations frolic about, but here I am trapped with these climate records. If I don't receive a more stimulating assignment soon, my mind is likely to crumble to dust. Doris, that's Doris. Well now, if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? Ah, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doris, thank you. You're in charge of the Iconies, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields of restraints, friendly as they were, I couldn't well return them out to Kittis. Once I've submitted my reports, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts in there are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that the Iacon slaughtered the Occupites. As an observer in charge, you're of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? Aye, I am. Their abnormal aggression to an exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they're released, Lycones which threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pashtarat may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight on the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied within the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed detrimental to existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat into the world. Yet insignificant as though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all that Iokanes have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend this discussion, that Emmett Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room. We have a duty to the star, this I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. You needn't be an Enteleki to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting, I'll stay with Elita. Loath though I am to oppose, may I leave Meteon in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. They've locked the door. Can you help me with something, Elita? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers, most of all the creations in Elpsis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and what we want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Search the 12 Wonders first. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hand adorn the tree. Ooh, so big and bright, I love them. But they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient, that's what Hermes said. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Lots of flowers in the fields, we should be able to find something nice. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, the mix of colours forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, so let's keep looking. Vibrant or subdued, interesting or plain? Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh! A conian! A flower that can move! When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Elita, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. You're good at observing, Elita, just like an observer. You spy nothing promising nearby, at best common looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Over there, Elita. Something big, huge. Come on, let's get closer, but not too close. A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt the culprit is a morgul-like creature before you. It's an Adonis! The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Elita? Would he like it? Yeah, that's probably not the good sort of memory. So, not this one either. Finding a good flower is harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Elita, but could we search a little more? Maybe as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. I've never given a gift before. Were you nervous too for your first time? Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Oh, there's nothing! The shiny thing over there, what could that be? I learned something new recently, the meaning of Philomis Notos. Notos is a south wind person and Philomis is a joy. Why is he joyful? Because this place is so beautiful. Ah, Epsis. Ooh, Epsis flowers, they're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're entelecchies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes though. For others they're always bright and white and bright. Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then do you have it too? A dark emotion? I've known the pain of sorrow and loss. I see. Hermes has known the same. The feeling that a part of you's gone. Again and again, but no one notices. Please, Elita, won't you lend it to me, your pain and sorrow? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. The others are sad too. Truly? You'll do it? Thank you, Elita. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they're finished.
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emmett Selk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Hello, little hedgehog.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Nor to miss. And always Always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I'm filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, I could tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters. Sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right!
The prodigal familiar returns, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were at a meeting, I'm sure. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Elita. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him. Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As I'm at Selk and Hythloidus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Icarians. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer I can find no fault in his judgment. The Iacones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species, until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed here to remain in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythloidus has pledged to support me in this endeavour. Yet whatever the Bureau is, the existent Iacones have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main isle. Mew! At both sides a familiar creature. My, what a familiar essence you have. Just like that of a familiar, if you're familiar with the concept. Oh, just my little joke, Elita, was it? I'm Hippothe. Mew! Mew! Yes, we're getting to that. Elita, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's an Alioris. The Aliori are our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they'll sound the alarm, by which I mean mewl loudly. Though we do our best to observe all of our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species, a more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures with an order. Thus have I taken this Aliorus under my wing, in order to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little walks. This evening we are testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that her task has begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you've found them. We can't have beasts run them up. Never fear, she is quite proficient in our language. You need only let her know where to begin. Mew, mew! Mew, mew, mew! Meow, meow. Baz looks at you two nearby creatures are facing one another down and looks at you expectantly. Oh, one more. Oh, there's a fate up there. My creativity is all but stagnated. A creative who were well mine will be bone dry, worthless. So I hope to use the existing creations to sparingly replenish my water supply, as it were. Which is why you come in. Perhaps you, my new familiar friend, can go toe to hoof against the Aguirre's. Observing their fight-or-flight responses will surely be of great help to me and my currently unimaginative mind. And you would oblige me, thank you kindly. Now see if there are any others about that can help. I'm looking for the one who can spare powering his creature. Need anyone really to engage in my arguers in combat. We'll see how it performs. Meow, meow. She seems quite content, but in the name of science, what were the results? As I expected, well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell too, but it's against protocol, I'm afraid. I want the tiny wings and the bell! Give me the tiny wings and the bell! The Aliora are chanted with theirs at birth, so they're able to climb it properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to, however. In fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? Not right now. I did that one for the ether current. Come on, Elita. You can stay awake. this? Doris, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 of them have taken to the air above the 12 Wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Elita handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Salk. Unneeded though it is. Mitian, you were to stay here with Doris. But Hermes! The Iaconies must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you're intent on helping, then please follow my lead. Stay with Hermes, Elita. He will need someone when the time comes. Never mind my wounds, they are easily healed. It is the Iaconies which concern me. Oi! Over here! I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly in full view, enjoy the Iacon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give you the time to catch your unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Not quite yet. Stand your ground a little longer. Oh.
Now. Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please, don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
quite an exciting visit for you this far. Oh, you weren't injured, were you? Good, good. The other Iconians must be have been taken care of. The incident is resolved and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me so much grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? I don't know what answer he's searching for, or if it was in our power to give it. But I believe he would make a fine Daniel, and that if he rejects us out of hand, we will all be lesser for it. Ideas. We should discuss plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there's anywhere you'd like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain in your humble guide. And what of you, Elita? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis, and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Angrenosis. Pardon me? Circles regard you with pointed interest. Welcome, friend, to Argonosis. I am Sokos, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpsis. And you are? Oh, how unusual. A soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purpose of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case, you need only mention my name to the Charmian, and she will gladly give you a tour of her domain. Soak it in. Have you become separated from your guide? Charmian should be around here somewhere. Yes. What is it I can do for you? Elita, is it? And Overseer Sokos wishes me to act as your guide. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at the Academia Andir. Surely there are other more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive, This grumbling is hardly constructed now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it's not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence this tour the very moment if you like. Let us begin. You know, rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do in Argonosis will prove more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once we've completed the circuit, we can return and speak to Overseer Sokos. Ah, Charmian. Oh, and who's your friend? That seems familiar. Why you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking, as you very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It's my duty to chart the behaviour of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azim might grant us permission, then you can abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must move along. Step lively, Elita. I'm still here. My request for full composite analysis has been granted. Not sure who to speak with? Don't be shy. Anyone of my colleagues will happily answer your questions. Who do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by the ethereal structure. Yes, I am accompanying Elita here on a tour around Anganorus at the behest of the Overseer. A tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are quite capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates our surprise tusk through the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We'll proceed with due caution. Hello, Charmian. Was there something? The Overseer asked that I give a familiar tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe the course several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious perhaps, but yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering entire habitat, and their presence of food source has enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sokos. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sokos. Ah, I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Argonosis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began, with you, Overseer Sokos. I see. And what is your impression on the work we do here? It requires equal levels of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I am glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least I hope you did. You're truly a masterpiece of a creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cogitative faculties. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I have resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azim's no less. I love my work, yet at times like this the mind wanders. Where might it go? What moments to man's ingenuity might I see, had I only the time to spare? Ugh. Happy stopping soon. Didn't we part ways with Hermes not far from here? Given the size of Elpis, I expect our paths will cross again before long. From here we follow the path northwards towards Nautilus. There we will find one of the News, which will facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travellers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Unless the need is pressing, I won't be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. This poor man is just spy on someone's comings and goings in such a fashion, so don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving ether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on the corporeal world. Here we are, Nonotus. This noose will take us to Camillus Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can see and admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros. Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by... Well, well. An Arrhaeus. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Hazel?
Vanar, that we should meet you here.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are? I say, have you perchance come from the future? I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
That sounds rather like the blessing of light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future. Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself. As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos. We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
Shoot myself and then stop doing that. Okay, I can't attune myself, but I can get rest of experience here. Okie dokie. Fair enough. Oh, maybe I can attune. I just couldn't see the top of the etherite where I needed to attune to. There we go, done. Good night and sweet dreams, everyone. Love you all. Bye for now.